What the hell is up, you fucking cunts? Welcome to episode 79 of Resident Bummer. Just to start off, I guess I'm gonna say, I'm not feeling great at all. I do not enjoy, existence at the moment, but, the Fulcrum is back. You can't keep him away. Episode 79 is going to be the 80th episode ever uploaded here. And my mental health check for the week is probably like a 2 out of 10, maybe 3 on some of the good days. I did have a couple of good days this week, which is nice, particularly Tuesday and Wednesday, if memory serves correctly. Physical health check, like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Just nothing actually wrong with me. It's just me being fucking crazy again. Motivation check would be like 6 or 7. Not particularly down right now, I guess. I am worthy of consideration, and with that, it is going to be time to read my journal. Starting out on Thursday, July 23rd, our first entry is going to be Set 79, Day 0, 6:45 p.m. I finished recording episode 78, and I ask Madeline if she is ready for the movie. 11:45 p.m. I watch Everything Everywhere All at Once with Madeline and I think a couple of her friends, and then somebody from the Xbox Discord, official Xbox Discord server. There's one scene, I guess, in the movie that makes me cry. And then it's like, there's one thing that sets the domino off, but then my mind just goes crazy thinking about other things, and apparently it sounds like I cried pretty hard. I think I do remember that during the movie. I was just sitting there for like 10 or 15 minutes, like, woofda. I'm not in a good way right now. I'm thinking about things I shouldn't be. But, after that, we hop out of the voice channel and I read Halo Evolutions Chapter 7. I guess the first short story in the book is called Pariah. I probably should have mentioned that at some point. I read Chapter 7 of Pariah, which is a short story, I guess, contained within the book Halo Evolutions. After I get done reading that chapter, apparently I cry even more. I actually don't remember that. Until I do hop into the Regulation Podcast Discord. They seem pretty dope. Let's see, question mark here. I chat with some of them and I send some friend requests, hopefully to find some more friends to get to know. But anyways, I'm going to move on to the next day, Friday, July 24th. This is Set 79, Day 1. 11 a.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and edit episode 78. I eventually read another chapter of Pariah in my Halo book, chapter 8, and then I try to think of something else that I can do before work. I think the next book that I am planning on reading is Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World, which is, I don't know, the title might seem familiar to you. There's also a Michael Crichton book titled The Lost World. Fantastic book. You should go read it if you have never read that book. I will say the same thing about Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World. He's a fantastic author, and he wrote a really good book. Moving on, though, 7:30 p.m. Work sucked quite a bit, even though it was a short shift. I don't really think, probably nothing even bad happened. I think I was just upset or pissed off, because, I don't know, I'm still alive, I guess. I got a decent amount of Lost World read, but I definitely thought about nothing good throughout the whole day. I clock off, drive home, and hop into the Regulation Podcast server to say hi. Oh, okay, that's not what I didn't say Siri, so Siri, stop listening to me, please. Okay, there we go, she's done listening to me. bit of a spoiler, I do own an iPhone. Sorry. Anyways, I don't know why she thought she heard me say her name. I guess, where was it? I lost my spot, so I'm just going to start right here. I invite somebody from the Xbox server into the Regulation podcast server, and they seem to be enjoying themselves in there. I think they were in there right before I started recording this episode, so I might join them once I'm done. Who knows if they'll even still be in there. Anyways, at 12 a.m. I eat some hot dogs and I leave the voice channel, or after leaving the voice channel, I'm assuming. Then I debate on rejoining. 2:30 a.m., somebody from the Regulation podcast messages me and says thank you for joining the voice channel and talking. He hopes that it is not too crazy for me. I do start typing out my reply, and while I do that, I just start crying like crazy, sending that one out, just typing up and thinking about what I'm going to respond with. I do try to explain that I'm mostly an idiot, and they shouldn't worry about changing their behavior on my behalf. I think it would just be better for them to act naturally, and for me to go along with that. And if we're meant to be friends, then it'll work itself out in most ways. Some ways you gotta put in the effort, but I think in most ways you can just kind of get a good read on how things are going and, make an informed decision from that point. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to, did I finish? I went to bed at some point, I'm assuming. Moving on to Saturday, July 25th, says 79, day 2, 12 a.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and I don't know what to do at all. Pretty much all day. I read chapter 9 of Halo Evolutions, Pariah, specifically, that short story. Then I vacuum the first floor, and I do nothing for the rest of the day. I do find, excuse me, just hit the fucking pop filter. I do find my dad's copy of the Michael Crichton, his The Lost World, I guess his book titled The Lost World. There's a physical copy down in my basement this whole time. I could have busted that thing out and been looking at the map of the island. Been like, ooh, this is where they are and this is where they're going. But anyways, I sit around in my room for too long doing absolutely nothing until I hop into the Regulation voice channel and talk for a little bit until Desmond invites me to play some Peggle. Play some of that until we head over to Gears of War. The checkpoint isn't half as bad when we load it up this time. We were able to progress through it fairly easily and play a lot more until he ends up going to bed. Night, Desmond. Moving on to 1 a.m. I did cry at least once today, but I don't know if it was any more than that. So I'm just gonna put a 1 down for the amount of times I cried. Moving on, though, 2:45 a.m., I read a little bit of The Lost World, Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World, and then I go to bed. Moving on to Set 79, Day 3. This is Sunday, July 26th, 1:45 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and get ready for work. I drive in, I ignore Anna, and I say goodbye to Bernard, and then I get cooking. I think about how badly I want to give up and stop trying. And then I cry. Wow. Not leaving much to the imagination there, am I? Anyways, moving on, 4 p.m. After I work, I go to the mall and I listen to a band or a group, I guess, called The Symposium. One of their songs was in Penny's playlist, and I could not think of a single other artist to explore through the music of. It's weird, I do have that list. There's a notepad in my phone of like 200 or 300 musical artists that I want to eventually go through, but I just, it's like 70% of the time I open it up and look through it, and it's like, I don't want to listen through any of this right now. I want, like, something that makes sense. And then nothing ever makes sense. But finally I decided on The Symposium after hemming and hawing. They have some good songs. Nothing like super extraordinary, but They have some very easy to listen to songs. Anyways, I don't get any hugs out at the mall, so I leave. Oh my goodness. Gotta clear my throat there. Excuse me. Oh geez, I think I might have to clear it some more. Okay, hopefully that's better. Yeah, I don't get any hugs. I leave the mall, drive home, and I plan to read some Halo Evolutions. And then I hop into the Xbox Discord server, I think. My mom gets back from a trip that she took, and I say hello to her through my door. I put a little sad face emoji next to this because, I don't know, something told me that I probably should have opened up the door and like given her a hug or something because she made it back safe, which is always a blessing, but I don't know. I guess I would just rather journal about how sad it made me. It's so stupid. Just get the fuck up and go hug her, you idiot. Anyways, I read my chapter of Halo, which is the epilogue of the story. Next story in Halo, and I'm going to start reading, is titled Stomping on the Heels of a Fuss. It's a weird title, but I kind of like it. 8 p.m. I read Lost World while I'm out at the mall. I forgot to mention that. Anyways, I already mentioned that I went home, chilled in the Xbox Discord server. I must have just accidentally re-journaled the same shit. I hopefully make a new friend, but she is an 18-year-old girl, so this is also a terrible segue, but I do have sex again that night with somebody who drives over to my place. It was the last person that I had sex with too, so I'm gonna go ahead and give her a name, is what I've decided this week. She's hopefully going to become a recurring character, and we're going to be hanging out more. I'm going to be naming her Bansana. Bansana. I don't know. It's a weird name, but that's all I could think of in the moment. And I try to spend as little time on details like that as possible, I guess. Although in the beginning I did specifically pick out people's names. Like a lot of them are from Lost. Some of them were from Community. And just a lot of random places I ended up picking from. But anyways, after we had sex, we actually had a pretty great conversation. Just like talking back and forth. Then she asks if I wanted to head out and dance or go drinking at a bar sometime. And I let her know that I would love that. I don't really have any friends in person to go hang out with, so that would be nice. Obviously there's Pierre, but Pierre lives like 30 minutes away. And I think it was this week where I mentioned to Pierre that I've been feeling a little loopy recently, and it seems like, I don't know, it kind of seemed like, I hate to assume this because I have no idea, but it kind of seemed like the responses that I got were like, oh, he's going to start shying away from me a little bit, which sucks. But then again, he lives pretty far away, so I don't know if I would care to drive 30 minutes to every movie that he wants to see with me. I kind of would rather not. I'd rather have him drive 30 minutes to me, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but anyways, we make some soft plans, me and Bansana, to do something sometime eventually. I almost start crying during that conversation with her, but I pack it in. There's no fucking crying in front of fuck buddies, okay? Like, just like there's no crying in baseball. Anyways, moving on, 2 a.m. Bansana leaves. That's the new person's name, by the way, in case you've forgotten. I joined some more Discord voice channels. Some people start saying some slurs and start talking about their dicks. And nothing really productive happens, so I just end up hopping off and going to bed. But anyways, moving on to Monday, July 27th, set 79, day 4. 12 p.m. I wake up and spend a lot of time crying / feeling miserable. I do read some more Halo Evolutions, but there's no chapters in this new story that I'm reading, so I do stop after a few pages and self-regulate. Wait until I leave for work, and 8:45 p.m. rolls around. My bad mood goes away kind of quickly after work, but work did suck. I was pretty darn annoyed with most of it, but I did not snap at anybody or anything, thankfully. Anyways, I get home after I chill out, reading a little bit of Lost World. Get up to chapter 9, it looks like, this night, 9:30 p.m., until I start reading Child of God with Jack, and Chud joins after a little bit of time, listens to us reading. There's a lot of rape and general violence that has happened in the book so far. One sec, I gotta burp. That was awesome. Nothing too rough has happened in that book yet, Child of God. He's supposed to be one of the characters. I think it must be Lester, but I could not be certain. I think one of them is supposed to be a serial killer / just like generally messed up person. Anyways, Jack and Chud hop offline, and I join the regulation voice channel. I chill out in there for a while. 11 p.m. comes around. I read a lot of The Lost World. This book fucks hard was my official review Monday night. It's entirely up my alleyway, and I will give a big recommendation on that front for that book if anybody wants to look it up. There's a free PDF online. You can read it anytime you want, anytime you have access to. Well, like, you could download the PDF, I guess. I haven't really tried that. I just read it off the internet, so. Anyways, say goodnight to everybody in the regulation voice channel. Read a little bit more, and then I head to bed. I make sure I download Halo, the new Halo remake, to play with Desmond tomorrow. I did upgrade my Game Pass for like $23, $24, I think. And yeah, moving on to Tuesday, July 28th, set 79, day 5, 12:30 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and read Halo Evolutions, 1:30 p.m. while checking out the Halo remakes settings, all the different settings they have in it. Then I eventually change for work and drive in, say hi to Ben, and start cooking some food. I cannot wait to get home and play Halo. It is finally released. I read more Lost World at work today to keep myself occupied. 4 p.m. I am in an unusually good mood, so I pray and I thank God for it while I'm at work. I'm very excited to play Halo when I get home with my good buddy. Open smiley face. 4:50 p.m. I finished reading The Lost World. That book is very good. It only took me a few nights from, Saturday to Tuesday, maybe? Really, really good book. Time to find another read. Hopefully, maybe another Arthur Conan Doyle book. I think I'm going to be reading. It's not like a direct sequel, but it features all the same characters, and I think it is the next story that he wrote with the characters in it, called The Poison Belt. I am 30 pages into that right now, so that's cool. Anyways, 4 a.m. I clock out, drive home, and chill in the regulation voice channel until Desmond is free to play. I chat for a while, and then Desmond is ready, so I hop out of the regulation voice channel, hop into Desmond's Xbox Live party, and we fuck around in Halo. Oh my gosh, dude. My gay-ass, shitty-ass, fucking-ass Wi-Fi decides to be a big, smelly bitch, and kicks me out of a few different missions. It's unfucking real. It was actually extremely disappointing. I just want some peace as I play my games, man. Didn't really, totally throw my mood. Not even, I don't think it really affected me, because it's a really good game. It was easy to get lost in playing it, but, yeah, I don't know. It's just fucking annoying. We were playing Peggle just fine for 2 or 3 hours, and no disconnects there. Although I understand there may be some differences in the hardware and intensity of those games. Hardware required and intensity, I guess, required. I feel like I slurred required. The word required. I need to continue reading my journal. I'm going fucking insane right now. Yeah, it was annoying that I kept getting kicked out of Halo. Desmond hops offline and I rejoin the regulation voice channel. Talk with a few other people for the night. Till I head to bed, someone from the voice channel DMs me and says that I am a swell individual to talk to. That's very cool. I'm glad. That warmed my heart quite a bit. And I responded and told them that I am glad that they are reaching out to me. And I hope that I meet some more cool people like them. But anyways, moving on to Wednesday, July 29th, set 79, day 6. 10 a.m. I wake up, I shit shower, I brush, and then I read a chapter of Halo Evolutions. As I update my Xbox, then I fuck around in the voice channel for a while. The Xbox voice channel, did I say that? I don't even know. 12:30 p.m., some dudes are talking about pedophiles, thigh pictures, abortions, racial slurs, all the good stuff. At 5 p.m. I realize that it's my mom's birthday, then I rush out to get a gift. I go to a used bookstore, pick up the book Sphere, written by Michael Crichton, for my mom's gift, and I get also 3 other books, World War Z, Timeline, and State of Fear. Timeline and State of Fear are both Crichton books as well, but World War Z is I think while I was walking through the bookstore, I accidentally called him Garth Brooks, which is, I think that's a real person, but I'm pretty sure it's somebody entirely different. Who I was thinking of was Max Brooks. Now I have to go and have the book right next to me, so I guess I can double check the author's name. I should know that, though, because I've heard the name tossed around. Yeah, Max Brooks. That's the name. Okay. I have been waiting to find my copy of World War Z for a while, and I got it for like $7. That was nice. Pretty good steal. But anyways, yeah, I get home, I give my mom her gift, I do some laundry, and then I watch Ghost World with Madeline and her friend, after Gus recommended it on the Rooster Teeth podcast, like episode 390 or somewhere around there, I think. But anyways, I thought the movie Ghost World was pretty darn funny. I don't think Madeline cared for it as much as I did. It does feature some underage, eyebrow-raising moments, I guess. Well, no, they're technically 18. Which is something you just always love to hear, you know? So when someone's describing a movie, it's like, were those girls? No, those girls were technically 18 in that movie. It's still creepy, by the way. Just because they're 18 doesn't make it not creepy. I just think I have a particular thickness of skin around that subject. It's like, as long as it's not like a 60-year-old dating an 18-year-old, it's, I don't know, like somebody who's 20 and dating someone who's like 32 or 34. That's not terrible, in my opinion. Like, it's definitely going to get some people to raise their eyebrows, and it's not my ideal situation, I wouldn't say. I would definitely prefer someone to be closer to my age than that, but, yeah, I'm not going to lie, man. This is I probably shouldn't go on record as saying this, but, it's weird to say. If an 18-year-old comes up to me and is like, we should start kissing, and then we should have sex, I'm not gonna say no. I mean, go back to episode 30-something, maybe 40-something. I did have sex with an 18-year-old, so you can go back and listen to that if you want to hear my opinions back then. Largely unchanged, I think. I don't give a fuck. Fuck who you want, as long as you're being safe and friendly about it, staying safe, and remaining aware of everyone's emotions. There you go. If anybody has ever watched Scene Anners on YouTube, you might get that reference. Scene Anners has a lot of stuff to go through. Anyways, moving away, I should say, from these niche references. I'm going to read the next entry in my journal. 7:20 p.m. I start D&D after playing a little bit more Halo. I'm on the mission Guilty Spark. 1:30 a.m. I finish D&D. I ask Desmond to play some gamies because he said that he wanted to play. I get no reply. I didn't know this at the time, but he had fallen asleep. Like, maybe 5 or 10 minutes after he texted me or something. Like, setting up plans. And so I just ended up finishing Guilty Spark and replaying it on easy for the collectibles. Then I talked to some people in the regulation voice channel before... Excuse me, I almost spit my entire wad into the fucking microphone. Talk to some people in regulation voice channel before I head to bed. I should probably start up reading the Poison Belt, which is what I journaled. I didn't get to it that night, but next day, today, Thursday, I did start reading it. This is Thursday, July 30th, that we're moving on to. Set 79, day 7. 12:50 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and get ready for work. I drive in, clock on, and start reading the Poison Belt. Work is not great. Just kind of sucks. Moving on, 7 p.m. I finally clock off after... just hit the fuck out of my desk. Don't mind the large noise. I finally clock off after a while and drive home. I stream Peggle and Cool Peeps, and I ask Chud if he is free to watch the show. He says that he's busy, but I am not gonna lie. I'm not really sure why he even suggested Thursday. It sounds like he was gonna be busy at any point. I don't know if he just didn't work throughout the day and he was wondering if I didn't work. That might be. But I'm guessing he already had like copious plans to be playing Minecraft with I think Jack and Chud and Charles. Now I'm getting petty, I think, and I'm taking his existence for even worse than granted. I guess taking it for ire. Would that be the correct way to describe it? Pretty sure ire is the word that I'm thinking of. I-R-E. I-R-E. Let me look at the definition. The anger. Oh yeah, it's a pretty simple definition. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I do cry a whole lot after I get home from work. Just hanging out in the Cool Peeps server, streaming, or Cool Tank, whatever I called it. I can't even remember at this point. There's so many different variations on what I've been calling and not calling, and it's hard to keep up, you know. It's hard to keep up with my own brain. Yeah, I read a little bit of Halo Evolutions after crying, I think. No, I think what happened was I started crying. I cried for a long time, actually, like 10-15 minutes. And then I believe, like, right afterwards, I just jerked off. Because I need that fucking dopamine, man. And then after that, I asked Chud if I could watch them stream their Minecraft gamies. And it took like 20 minutes to get a response. And actually it was Jack who responded and invited me. But I got to join and say hi. And then I think like 20 to 30 minutes later, I hopped out to play Halo with Desmond, and we ended up finishing the remake of Halo Combat, or excuse me, well, I guess, yeah, it's the remake of Halo Combat Evolved, but the game is called Halo Campaign Evolved. Such a dumb name, in my opinion, but it's a really good game. I liked it a lot, so. Let's see. I have some very small complaints with the game, but other than those, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. It's a very good game. Well, maybe like an 8.5. Who cares? It's a great game. I'll give it a 9. Yeah, overall a very, very fun experience. I still have the 3 new campaign missions they added to play through, so apparently they're prequel missions, which is interesting. But anyways, I tell Penny that I feel like I'm not getting any better in general. But anyways, I should probably go record now, so I'm going to go get ready to do that. which is what I did like an hour ago. Started getting ready, which is what brings me here. I am now currently going to be going through the outro. I don't think there's anything left to be done on this episode. Thank Christ. I'm getting tired. This week's rating was... I don't know. 3 out of 10 for this week. Word count is I am at 127,493 words journaled. And we are going to be moving on to the Thank Tank, the newest section of the outro. I'm going to go ahead and give a thank you to my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, my nephews, my uncles, my aunts, my cousins, Desmond, Penny, Jack, Judd, Charles, Red Spicy, Madeline, Alex, Julie, Bansana. It's gonna take, oh my gosh, you know who I did forget to put on here? I'm crazy. How did I forget to put Badurs on here? It's messed up. Badurs. There we go. Thank you to Badurs. Thank you to Kimi and Pierre and other Neil, I guess. All of my teachers and my professors. Yeah, I'm sure I said the exact same thing last week, right? Another thank you to Jesus and a thank you to God. Just in case they are listening, which they most likely are if they have the ability. Which is me saying if they exist. Which, I don't know, I hope they do, but I have no solid proof, solid evidence of any of that, so you can just hope, you can just hope and hope for the best, and nobody can take you away, and excuse me, I've tried to say something there, nobody can take that away from me, so, just hope, why would you stop hoping? I know exactly why, because you feel bad, and you want to fucking slit your wrists open, but that's enough of that now. I'm going to go ahead and end it. Am I really making a podcast? Or am I just jerking off?